If you want to be a part of the conversation before it happens here on YouTube, click that link in the description to join the free Courtside Financial Discord. And with even more plans to expand globally under the Firefly brand, NIO is really trying to take over the world here. That's been the plan from the start. If you've watched this channel over the years, we've been talking about NIO being an ambitious company. China wasn't the end all be all for them. They want world domination. And I think that if this works out, this is how they do it. Will it truly be a Tesla Model Y killer or just another contender? We have been hearing people say this is the Tesla killer literally for years and years and years, but it kind of feels like Onvo could really be a serious competitor for them. What's going on, everyone? My name's Obi and welcome back to the Courtside Financial Podcast, the podcast where we talk about business and technology. In today's episode, we're going to be diving into the electric vehicle industry, talking about none other than NIO. So this is going to be a super interesting video. We've got two things pretty much to hit on in this episode. Before we dive into the content, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 10K before the year is over. If you could help us out with that, we'd be ever so grateful. Click that notification bell icon and leave a comment down below. Like I say in every video, your engagement really does go a long way in helping out the channel, helping the video to reach a broader audience. So we really appreciate your support there. So without further ado, let's get into today's episode. Get ready, folks, because NIO, the powerhouse in the electric vehicle industry, is gearing up for something big. The launch of its new brand, Onvo, is set to revolutionize the entire industry. Imagine this: sleek, stylish electric cars zooming down the street, but with prices that won't break the bank. Let's talk about the Onvo L60, the first model to roll out of the Onvo sub-brand. It's an SUV. It isn't just a car. More importantly, it's a statement. With a starting price that's set to be under 200,000 RMB or yuan, it's set to make electric vehicles affordable to not just the people who have money, but to all. And with plans to sell a whopping 20K per month, it's set to definitely shake up the electric vehicle industry and turn the tide for NIO should it succeed. But what sets the Onvo L60 apart? It's not just the price tag, it's about the technology under the hood. We're talking about next level battery swapping capabilities, top of the line NT 3.0 architecture, and game-changing partnerships. With Onvo, NIO is bringing the future of electric vehicles to your driveway no matter who you are. And leading the charge is none other than IT Cheng, the mastermind behind Onvo's strategy. From Shanghai Disney to WeWork, this guy knows how to build brands that truly stand out. With his vision and expertise, Onvo is set to take on the giants of the electric vehicle world, and they're starting at the top of the shelf with none other than Tesla. But what does this all mean for NIO's bottom line? Onvo is set to turn things around, plain and simple. With NIO's current premium lineup struggling to break into the mass market and really achieve scale, Onvo is going to be that key piece that is the turning point for the brand, I should say. It's going to be the spark that they need to ignite sales and drive profits. Now let's talk about the real game changer, Onvo's battery as a service option. Picture this: a 70,000 yuan discount on Onvo's price tag. That's thanks to NIO's innovative battery rental service, which I mentioned, battery as a service. And with even more plans to expand globally under the Firefly brand, NIO is really trying to take over the world here. That's been the plan from the start. If you've watched this channel over the years, we've been talking about NIO being an ambitious company. China wasn't the end all be all for them. They want world domination. And I think that if this works out, this is how they do it. But don't just take my word for it. Onvo's already having success in the industry. With Tesla's Model Y in sight, Onvo's ready to take out the top of the competition and come out on top. It's a David and Goliath story for the ages, and with Onvo, NIO is gearing up for the fight of its life. So there you have it, folks. NIO's Onvo sub-brand, a game changer in the electric vehicle industry before it's even released? Will it truly be a Tesla Model Y killer or just another contender? We have been hearing people say this is the Tesla killer literally for years and years and years, but it kind of feels like Onvo could really be a serious competitor for them. One thing's for sure, for NIO, with Onvo, the future's looking brighter than ever. Onvo brand's press conference is scheduled for May 15th. They're going to be talking about battery swapping and network sharing. It's understood that this brand will mainly focus on the mainstream family car market in comparison to NIO, who is focused on more of the higher end of electric vehicles, more of the premium segments. NIO wants to take on the BMWs, the Audis, the Jaguars, etc. The first model of the Onvo brand is the Onvo L60 SUV. That's going to compete directly with Tesla's Model Y. The CEO has even been throwing out some comments around that. Judging from the news spread online, Onvos can choose between the 60 kilowatt hour battery packs and the 90 kilowatt hour battery packs, respectively. The small capacity battery pack is a lithium ion phosphate battery, and the large is a ternary lithium battery. The suppliers, they're respectively BYD, Sino Singapore Airlines, and of course CATL. In addition to all of the fuss and chatter, some of the people on social media have even filmed an Onvo doing battery swapping already. The video has filmed a complete battery swap similar to what we're seeing with NIO vehicles today. In terms of smart driving, the Onvo L60 is looking to adopt a vision-based system and will not be equipped with LiDAR. It'll have a single NVIDIA Orin X chip that can achieve supposedly level 2 plus autonomous driving. It's worth mentioning that Onvo will share NIO's fourth generation battery swapping stations with other brands that have signed into cooperative agreements with NIO to reduce R&D costs and increase market competitiveness. In other news, just today, NIO and GAC had signed into, or GAC had signed into a cooperative agreement to partner on battery swapping. I was not surprised by this news at all. Obviously, I've been talking about NIO for years and years on this channel, and NIO has been doing some collaboration with GAC already in the past. They even tried to enter the mass market with them with the GAC-NIO collab. They had vehicles like the Hycon 007, which didn't necessarily sell well, and that was for obviously reasons for NIO not having the competitive advantage, as much of the competitive advantage that it has today. You know, if we think about the GAC-NIO collab, that was before battery as a service. Someone correct me down in the comments if I'm wrong, but with that making the Onvo even more accessible, and I think the Onvo styling is even better than the GAC-NIO collaboration. So I really do think that this brand could help NIO reach scale. And I think that this brand even could accomplish what GAC-NIO couldn't accomplish back in the day. That remains to be seen, but I'm bullish on this. Back to the GAC-NIO announcement of strategic cooperation. They say that NIO and GAC's cooperation will focus on multi-level and in-depth strategic cooperation in the realm of battery swapping, battery development, battery asset management, battery swap service network construction and operation within the battery swap industry, and to promote the interconnection and interoperability of the two parties' own charging platforms. So for the Onvo car that's going to be released, the price of the 200,000 RMB, that might be even further reduced with battery as a service. Although there's still nearly 4 months until the official release of this car, many people have already begun to speculate on the price of the vehicle. At NIO's 2023 performance meeting earlier this year, CEO and chairman William Lee, or Ben Lee, had made it clear that this model is going to compete directly with the Tesla Model Y. Even leading up to that, he urged people that are considering a Tesla Model Y to wait on Onvo. So the gloves are off and the fight's about to begin. Judging from the starting price of the Tesla Model Y, $250,000, the Onvo L60 is expected to be priced anywhere between $200,000 and $250,000 at the high end. It'll be launched in the third quarter of this year and delivered in the fourth quarter. Overall, Onvo may be the first step in NIO beginning to turn around its losses. Judging from the current news, the Onvo brand will adopt an independent sales network and some after-sales service will be shared with the NIO brand. It isn't hard to see that the launch of the Onvo brand is key for NIO to achieve large-scale sales growth and further amortize manufacturing costs. Li Bin spent a lot of time promoting the Onvo brand, and so the release of new brands is definitely critical to NIO's success at this point, and at this point they've made so much investment into it, so at this point it's sink or swim with the Onvo brand for NIO. Objectively speaking though, even if the Onvo brand succeeds, NIO as a whole, the bigger umbrella that everything falls under, is still far from the stage of turning around losses. It's difficult for NIO to achieve wide-scale success just from relying on one model from Onvo, the Onvo L60, but again, it can be said that the Onvo brand will determine if NIO can turn its profits into losses. We'll see what happens as they begin to release more products for Onvo that reach the mass market, helping them bring down those manufacturing costs, helping them reach scale where the margins begin to improve. That's it for this video. Lots of good information that came out within the last 24 hours. Wanted to get my take on it. Make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell icon, leave a comment down below. Super excited about this. We've got big news coming for NIO. We'll catch you in the next episode. As always, thanks for watching.